Hey guys, what's up? It's Heather Grant, and today we're going to be talking about mood management and really essential oils that you can use to manage your mood and your emotions, which of course impact your life, right? Our mood, our management of our energy and how we feel, how our brain is working. It's so impactful on everything. And so I wanted to share with you today just a little bit about my experience with essential oils and being able to use them to really manage our mood and our emotions, and just some healthy ways that you can use oils and natural solutions to be able to take care of your family and yourself. And so let me screenshot or share with you here. Give me 1 second. But really what we're going to be talking about is essential oils that are there to help with your mood and your emotions. And so I'm going to talk about just the different things that you can use. And so when we're talking about essential oils, I'm going to assume that everyone who's watching this has already seen my Essential Oils 101 class, right? You have a basic understanding of what essential oils are, how to use them, how they work. And so this is kind of a 2.0 class. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into, besides the physical aspect of essential oils, what else they can do to help you. And so recognizing that essential oils are such a small part when we're talking about mental health, specifically mood and emotions. It's so much more than just using an essential oil. It's about making sure that we're getting the sleep that we need. You and I both know that if you don't get enough sleep, you're crankier, you're more moody. If you're not eating and putting good, healthy foods into your body, that affects whether or not you feel sad or depressed. It can greatly impact it. Now, is everything connected to it? No, but can we greatly improve our mental health by the things that we're doing as far as eating and exercising and sleeping? Absolutely. Those things matter when we're talking about mood and emotions. So like I said, I'm going to assume that everybody watching this has already a real basic understanding of what essential oils are and how powerful they are, and also how you can use them, right? And so when we're talking about mental health, we're going to be talking about using essential oils all 3 ways. So number 1, aromatically, I think is a really big key when we're talking about mood and our emotions, because of our noses and our little brains and our amygdalas and our olfactory system, and it's all connected. When we smell something, that really impacts our mood and our emotions. And so recognizing that when we're breathing an oil in, when we're putting it in a diffuser, that's really, really powerful when we're talking about mental health. Topically, now when we're talking about our mood and our emotions, topical use is one of my favorites, because as I'm breathing that oil in, literally being able to take a drop, place it over my heart or behind my ears or on my wrists, pulse points, the back of my neck, all of those places, being able to continue to breathe it throughout the day and have that oil penetrate topically is very, very powerful. And then last but not least, internally. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this later on, but when we give our bodies what we need, what they need as far as omega-3s and the minerals and the vitamins and things that they need, they function better. Does it solve all the problems? No, but it solves a lot of them. And in my experience, when we're giving our bodies what we need, then we do a lot better. Our brains function better, right? We heal more. So love just some of the people that have talked about this. Dr. Axe is one of my favorite. Dr. Oz is another one who have talked about really how just smells affect the brain. And I think of all of the research and the PubMed studies and just the different clinical trials and things, there is more study on aromatic use of essential oils than anything else, right? It's way more common knowledge that essential oils can affect our brains and our mood and our emotions, even more so maybe than what you see as far as physical health or spiritual health, or it's just way more widely accepted that essential oil research is specific a lot of times to aromatherapy. And so the research is out there. There's a lot of great studies and things like that. But we're going to talk about basically how essential oils can affect our mood and our emotions, and knowing that as soon as you breathe this in, right, you can see this little person here, got a little rose here, and they're breathing it in through their nose. That's immediately going to the olfactory bulb, right? It's immediately stimulating some of those things. We have the amygdala and the hypothalamus and all of these parts of our brain that affect our hormones and our memories and all of these types of things. And so essential oils very, very easily can affect our mood and our emotions, okay? And we just need to recognize that when we're talking about an emotion, that it's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just information. It's how we are feeling in that moment, that little glimpse of time. And then also recognizing that the thoughts and emotions and things that we feel, that affects us on a cellular behavior. It's really, really interesting to me that I find that when I physically don't feel good, right, when I physically feel sick, then my brain doesn't function, right? If I physically don't feel good, then I tend to have more mental health problems. I tend to be more depressed and discouraged and frustrated. On the flip side, if my mental health isn't great and I'm feeling discouraged and frustrated, then a lot of times my physical health will manifest that. Like I won't feel as good physically because mentally I'm not handling life. And so just recognizing that all of those things are very, very interconnected, intertwined. Our thoughts, the thoughts that we're thinking really do affect our emotions. Our emotions then affect our actions, and then our actions equal our results, which then equal our thoughts. And so just recognizing that it's a cycle, that they're all intertwined is really, really important. So when we're talking about mood management and emotions, thinking about all of the ways that that affects us. If I'm feeling anger or I'm feeling discouraged or sadness, or on the flip side, if I'm feeling happy and joyful, how that affects my success and my future and my relationships. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about is the lifelong vitality supplements. These are doTERRA's whole food multivitamins, and I love them because what I have seen in my experience is I work with literally at this point hundreds of people from all over the world. One of the things that I have seen is that when we give our bodies what they need, and I mentioned this before, when they have the omega-3s, when they have the vitamins and the minerals, then our brains function better, right? We're more emotionally balanced. Our hormones are more in sync. If our bodies are not getting what they need, then our brains suffer. And a lot of times that equals our mood and our emotions because we don't feel good, right? Maybe we feel more depressed or discouraged or frustrated. And it can be something simply as our bodies are not getting what they need. Our brains are not getting the omega-3s, for example, that they need. And so when you give your body what it needs, then it functions better. And one of the things that I have found that to be super, super powerful when we're talking about depression, anxiety, bipolar disorders, people that just suffer from any type of mental healthness problems or issues, or even just times and periods of discouragement and depression, these supplements are really game-changing because they're giving their bodies what they need. And when your body has what it needs, you feel better. So doTERRA has 4 basically mood management blends. And these blends are specifically designed, they're a combination of different essential oils to help us on different levels. So for example, if we need to feel more grounded, more balanced, then there's that essential oil balance. So the other day I found myself getting really agitated, really irritated. I was actually on the phone. I was actually on hold. If you've ever been on hold with the cell phone company, the cell phone company had messed up my bill. We were not getting great service. The internet was slow, all of these things. So I literally sat on hold for like 20 minutes. And then as I'm visiting with this person, they proceed to tell me that they can't help me because of X, Y, and Z and all of this stuff. And I just, I could feel myself getting just like really anxious and really short and really snippety and really irritated. And it was so funny because my oils were sitting in front of me and I was able to just grab that balance, take it, put it behind my ears, breathe it in, calm down, talk to the person. I was able to talk to their supervisor who was actually able to solve the problem for me. But I found myself getting very short and very frustrated really, really quickly. And I don't know if that ever happens to anyone else, but I know that it happens to me. And so just being able to have those oils to be able to grab in a moment that I need it can be super, super powerful. Serenity, which is a very calming, very restful blend, can help in that moment when we're having a panic attack or anxiety. Elevation, which is the joyful blend, can help when we're having a moment where we are on the floor crying and we're so discouraged and there just doesn't seem to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Then that's when we can grab that elevation or that citrus bliss, which is just this happy, wonderful oil. My favorite smelling oil is citrus bliss. It's like a dreamsicle. It's like an orange popsicle. It's a little bit of vanilla and it's all of my favorite citrus oils and it's just really, really happy. And so when I am breathing those essential oils in, whether I'm putting them on myself as a perfume or in a diffuser, it's affecting my mood and my emotions. So here's the zone of how we can feel, right? And the negative things, right? Sometimes if we're feeling unmotivated or discouraged, maybe we're feeling tense or worried, and basically being able to identify how we feel and the mood that we're going through, I think is half the battle. Because when we can identify, I'm feeling angry or I'm feeling hopeless, then that allows us to recognize this is how I'm feeling and I need to do something to change it. I can grab an essential oil that's going to change it. And so just recognizing where I fit on that scale. If I am feeling withdrawn and hopeless, being able to grab that elevation, or if I'm feeling angry, to be able to grab that calming serenity essential oil can be really, really powerful. So I love this slide. You can screenshot it if you want, but just has been really, really helpful for me as far as my mood and emotions. Now, doTERRA also came out with not too long ago an emotional aromatherapy kit. This kit is amazing because, and it actually comes with this cute little wheel you can see here. But once you figure out, hey, this is how I'm feeling, right? I'm feeling gloomy, or I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling sad. you can match the oils that are needed. So for example, if you're grieving and sad, let's say someone close to you has died and you're experiencing grief, you can grab that console oil, which is the comforting blend, and you can use that to be able to comfort yourself in the time of loss or death. If you are feeling completely unmotivated and apathetic and just kind of discouraged, I guess, for lack of a better word, then you can grab an oil like Motivate, and it's going to help you to feel more inspired to work out or clean your house or get the things done that you need to do. One of my favorite oils in this combination of the aromatherapy kit is the Forgive oil. I know a lot of times I have a hard time not only forgiving other people that have wronged me, but myself, because I mess up a lot and I'm really, really hard on myself. I'm a perfectionist, recovering perfectionist. I don't know if any of you experience that, but there's times when I am very angry at myself for messing up and yelling at my kids or not doing whatever it was. I held myself to that higher standard. And if I fall short and I'm really hard on myself, that Forgive oil can be really powerful. And then also the other one that is kind of funny but true is, I don't know if anybody else does this, but I sometimes get mad at God. If I do not get what I want and I am praying really hard and things don't tend to work out, or I'm going through a hard thing and I don't feel like God is listening or giving me what I want in that moment, sometimes I get mad at God and have to forgive God. And so I love that oil. It's really powerful for forgiving myself, for forgiving others, and even forgiving God when I feel like maybe things don't always go exactly how I think they should go, right? When I think I know better than him, which of course is never the case. This is a powerful, powerful combination, the adaptive blend. These are fairly new. They haven't been out that long. But this blend was specifically formulated for those who deal with anxiety and depression and things like that. And so I wanted to talk about these because these are some that have made a big difference in my family's life. And so I wanted to share with you a little bit about that. So the Adaptive Calming Blend capsules are capsules that are formulated for long-term support, right? Long-term supporting of really just our amygdala, right? So kind of digging deep into our brain. It's the omega-3s and the omega-6s that really support with alkaloids. It has the alkaloid support that helps to level and balance the GABA and serotonin combination in our brain. And if those get out of whack, then we can end up in all sorts of trouble, right? Just mood and emotionally, we don't handle life very good. And so really, really love the adaptive supplements to be able to support us long-term. I have a son who deals with anger issues and has had a hard time controlling his anger. And I have noticed a huge, huge change in his mood that once he started to take those supplements on a regular basis, that he has been a lot more happy and pleasant to be around. He feels better and has been just more pleasant to be around. And so if you have somebody in your family or you yourself deal with anxiety, deal with panic attacks, just kind of feel in a low place on a regular basis, those supplements are really, really great for long-term support. Now, the oil is specifically formulated for short-term limbic system support, right? In the moment, the very, very second that you're having the panic attack or the depression or the anxiety and you need something right then, short term to immediately affect how you feel, that's when you can grab these oils. Now they have the actual oil. This is a 15 milliliter oil that it's sold in that you can use in a diffuser. That's mostly how I use it, is actually goes in the diffuser in my room. It is a very pleasant scent, very, very happy, very calming, just a comforting. It's a really feel good blend. You feel really good when you're diffusing it. So I diffuse a lot. I also have this roller, which is, it also has fractionated coconut oil in it, so you can use it topically in a roller bottle. It fits in my purse. So in the moment when I have a child that's angry at church and they're acting out, or in a moment of I'm feeling a little bit anxious or I'm feeling a little bit discouraged, I can just grab that. I can rub that over my heart or on my wrist, and it looks just like a little perfume bottle. So it's just really, really easy to carry with me on a regular basis. So those are the two that I recommend using, that adaptive oil and the blend. They're completely different, have completely different purposes, even completely different oils, but they're formulated to work together. One for long-term health and wellness so that we don't have the depression or the anxiety attacks in the first place. And then the oil to be able to help in that moment of weakness when you're having a hard time to be able to grab that. One of the things that I wanted to mention here is about protecting ourselves from other people's junk, because in addition to dealing with our own crap that we have, a lot of times our kids or our spouse or our friends or our coworkers can dump their negative junk on us, right? And so one of the little tricks that I wanted to kind of teach you guys today, something that's worked really, really well for me, is I kind of picture a windshield, right? And I picture a windshield between me and the person that's talking to me. So let's say your boss comes to you, they've had a really crappy day, they're stressed, they're uptight. and they need to just vent to someone, what ends up happening is a lot of times they vent and they spew their crap, and we take that on. And what I want for you to do mentally for your health, for mental health, is to not take that on. And so just pretend you have a windshield there and little windshield wipers, right? So you're hearing it, they're dumping the crap, they're feeling better because they've been able to vent to someone, but I'm not actually taking that problem on. I'm hearing them, I'm listening, I'm being sympathetic to them, I'm talking to them, I'm showing love to them, and I'm putting it this way, putting it outward, as far as being able to have love and empathy towards that person, but I'm not taking on their crap. Some oils that can help with that are oils like On Guard, the new Stronger Kids blend, TerraShield. Those are oils that I can actually use if I know I am going into a holiday Christmas party with some relatives that maybe, I know politics or religion or something like that's going to come up, and it's going to be a tense, tough situation. Maybe you're meeting your ex, or you have to exchange kids or custody or, visitation, whatever it is. We all have some sort of junk we're dealing with. You can grab those oils and be able to put that over your heart or over your wrist, and it's just an extra protective barrier in place. So that's really, really important, being able to protect yourself from other people's junk. One of the things that I want you to take away from this as well is that you can't solve your problems or anyone else's problems for that matter with low energy. When you're in a low energy place, you can't solve problems, and the world just kind of feels like it's against you. And so you want to be able to create a high energy place. And I wanted to talk to you about some of the things that essential oils do. So some of the essential oils are very, very cleansing, okay? And by cleansing, I mean that they can help us get rid of the negative emotions that we're feeling. They can help us if we're feeling discouraged, angry, mad, sad, frustrated. There's different essential oils that you can use that are very, very cleansing. So when you put that over your heart, that Douglas fir, for me, that's one of my very favorite ones. I love the smell of Douglas fir. Or yarrow pom is one I use all the time. Forgive is one I use all the time. When I put those oils on, it's cleaning out that negative emotion. It's helping me to release the anger and to let go of whatever it is I'm dealing with. Maybe it's hereditary. Maybe it's generational stuff that I'm dealing with. Maybe it's family issues. That helps me to let go of that icky stuff. And then what I want to do is, after I've been able to release that and I've used one of those cleansing oils, I want to fill that space with light. I want to fill that space with goodness. And so that's where I use those really, really high vibration oils, things like rose and sandalwood and frankincense and hope essential oil is one of my favorites. I love that. Something that smells good, adaptive, would fit in this category, where I'm using something that just smells amazing and can fill that space and help me to kind of heal from whatever it is that I've dealt with. Now, when we're talking about cleansing negative emotions, I like to mix oils with actual actions. And so what I'm going to teach you actually has nothing to do with essential oils, just some tips and tricks that you can use to get rid of negative emotions that you're dealing with. One of my best ways that has worked well for me is to write down all of the negative thoughts that I'm feeling without a filter. Like, I just get a piece of paper and a pen and I just write down any negative thought that I am feeling about others, about myself, about my life. I basically have a pity party on a piece of paper, which is kind of fun to do occasionally. And then I destroy that paper. Sometimes I tear it up. Sometimes I stomp on it. Sometimes I crumble it. The real fun thing to do is to just burn it, to literally just burn it. And as I'm burning that paper, just to release it, to let it go, I've gotten it out. I've vented on a piece of paper. I've gotten rid of it. So I'm not carrying those feelings. Maybe somebody did something wrong to me and I need to write about it. I can write it down. I can burn it. I can forgive and release and let go without ever having to go to that person and vent all that crap on them, right? They don't need that. And so it's just a way for me to release it myself. You can break stuff. This is one of my favorite ones I heard at a motivational class I went to once, where they talked about, go to a thrift store, buy some plates, get some goggles on, and hammer it out, right? In a safe zone, being able to use the tools. This is just a tool that we have that we can use to get rid of negative emotions. I know that they actually have places you can go now. You can actually pay money, kind of like the escape rooms. You can actually pay money to go and break stuff, which is kind of funny. But it's the world we live in, right? We have to have an outlet, a way to get rid of that. Being able to clean your house. One of the things you'll see me do a lot of times, I will release emotion just by brushing it off or flicking it. You'll see me grab my hand and just kind of wipe it off. Like, somebody will dump something on me and I'm just like, oh, I don't even want to think about it. You'll see me flicking my hands. I'm brushing it off, just kind of, it's just, for me, it's a physical thing that I do that helps to remind me, nope, I am letting that go. I am flicking it off. I'm not going to carry that emotion anymore. So I love that. So these are just some that you can use. Totally welcome to screenshot these, but I love just, some of these are really, really great. Being able to picture roots at the bottom of my feet and it going into the earth, finding a safe place to yell or scream, Epsom salt baths. being able to just invite that person into the room, right? You're not actually venting to the real person. You're just inviting their higher self or their spirit or their soul, and you're able to have a candid conversation. Some of these seem a little bit kooky or weird if you haven't done it before, but there's some real power in cleaning out the negative emotions, and I know that I feel a ton better when I do it. So once we get that negative emotion gone and it's over with, what we want to do is replace it with something positive, because what ends up happening is if you get rid of a negative emotion and you cleanse it, and then that's it, that's all you do, it comes back, right? Or something negative will fill that space. If there's an empty space in us, energy slips in and fills in, and we want to make sure that we're filling those empty spots with positive energy, with positive vibrations, with good positive emotions. And so these are some of the things that you can do anytime, really, to increase your vibration, your energy field, to bring in more happiness and uplift you. And so these are some of the things that I love. Affirmations are so powerful, being able to say out loud who you are and what you want to accomplish. Prayer is super powerful. I am a super strong believer in just praying and talking to God and asking for his help to release the negative emotions that you're dealing with, to be able to forgive, to get rid of anger, and to fill us with light and love. And I'm like I said, I'm a Christian, and so I'm a super strong, firm believer in the atonement of the Savior Jesus Christ, that he suffered for all of the crap that we have to go through, and he carried that so that we don't have to, and he is there and ready to take those things from us if we're willing to let him. And so turning it over to God is really important to me, and something that I believe, just from a religious standpoint, I think is super important. So lots of things you can do. Being in nature, I always feel close to God when I'm in nature, and there's just something that really fills my soul when I am in nature. Really good, healthy food, all of those things. Music, you guys know these things can really help you. So another thing that I wanted to talk about is just recognizing false beliefs and calling out things that you see in yourself that you maybe believe that aren't true. Once upon a time, not that many years ago, maybe 10 years ago, I thought that everything I believed was true. I thought that just because I believed something that made it true. And I've since come to learn that I have a lot of negative beliefs, things that I maybe believe about myself or even about others that are not necessarily true. And so a lot of times now, when I'm hanging out with my friends, I'm sure it drives them crazy. If they say something, I'll call them out on it. I'll be like, is that really true? Or you just believe that? So I'll hear somebody say, I'm just not really a people person. And I'll call them out. I'll be like, wait a second. Is that really true? Do you really think that? Or someone will say to me, I'm never going to lose weight. And so I'll just say, hey, is that really true? How do you behave when you believe that? And so there's some questions that you can go through. So when you have a false belief, just ask yourself. It's called The Work. It's The Work by Byron Katie. You can totally Google it. I highly recommend Googling The Work by Byron Katie, because it's those 4 questions. But you can just ask yourself, is it true? How do I react with that thought? When I believe that I don't have enough money, how do I act? When I believe I'm never going to lose weight, how do I act? Do I go to the gym? Do I eat healthy? Probably not, right? And then just who would I be without that thought? If I didn't have that thought, what would I do differently? What would I change? And then turning it around to, I am going to lose weight. You act differently. There's just different things that you do. When you believe I'm not a good mom, if you can turn that around to I am a good enough mom, it actually helps you to be a better mom. When you believe I'm good with money and you say that to yourself, I am good with money, or I'm going to become good with money, or I'm learning how to become good with money, then that's what you do. You just act differently, and it affects the actions that you have. And so I love that. So one of the things that I will say now, you'll catch me saying, I'll say, for example, if I'll say something like, I'm not good at that yet, or I haven't figured out how to do that yet. And I always include that yet, because, I'm not really a great mom yet, but I'm working on it, right? Or, I'm not the perfect wife yet, but I'm working on it. I'm trying. I'm on that path or that journey. And so I really love the word yet. I don't have enough money yet, or I don't have quite all of the money I want yet, right? I'm working on it. It's a process. And then just another resource for you, something that is brilliant. If you're someone who you have severe stuff, maybe you went through some severe trauma, childhood issues, there's some real crap that emotionally you're dealing with. This is a really great book. It's called Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die. It's by Carol Trueman. A brilliant book on really being able to dig deep into what's causing us pain and being able to get rid of it permanently. I mentioned it before. I'm going to mention it again. The lifelong vitality supplements. When you have the vitamins and the minerals and nutrients that you need, you feel better. You have higher energy and you're able to function better. So these are some other essential oils that I wanted to mention, because one of the things that I hope each of you recognize and know is that not only do essential oils help us with like a physical thing. So for example, I can use wild orange for a colicky baby or for an upset stomach, but it also has an emotional benefit. So wild orange is very, very uplifting, and it helps us to feel abundance. And so if you have a scarcity mind frame of I don't have enough time or I don't have enough money, simply using wild orange can help you on an emotional level to feel more abundant. In fact, quite a few stores actually diffuse citrus oil so that you'll spend more, right? When you feel abundant, you feel like you have money, you spend more. And there's quite a bit of research on, citrus oils and how they make us feel more abundant. So just recognizing that essential oils have not only a physical standpoint, right? I can use lavender to, help me sleep, but from an emotional standpoint, lavender can be very, very calming. It can help me to communicate better. And so just recognizing that these essential oils have multiple ways that you can use them, not just physically, but also on an emotional level. And a really great resource for that is this Essential Emotions book. I think we're on 8th edition is what is out right now, where it talks about every single oil. I'm actually going to grab it here because it has every single oil in it. I don't know if you can see this here. And then how you can use that oil. So for example, I just pulled up Siberian fir is one that can help with forgiveness, honesty, living in the present. And it talks about each oil. So this book literally has every single oil and then all of the different benefits, the ways that you can use it from an emotional level. And so just recognize that is a resource for you. Also the app. So I love the modern, this app down here, Modern Essentials Plus is my app that I go to be able to use those essential oils for physical and emotional health. And then of course my YouTube channel, which has hundreds and hundreds of videos that you can go to learn. I actually have a whole playlist on every single essential oil that we have, telling you not only the physical ways that you can use it, but also an emotional, spiritual standpoint, how you can use that as well. And then Facebook, you guys find me on Facebook. So my Heather Grant Wellness Business Facebook page, I post 5 to 6 times a day. There is thousands and thousands of recipes, diffuser blends, tips, tricks, tips on exercising, eating right, health, weight, literally natural solutions, everything under the sun as far as essential oils and being able to take care of your family in a natural way can be found on my Facebook page. I'm very active there. I'm on there every single day, and you can see that. So one of the questions I get asked is, okay, how do I purchase essential oils? There's basically 2 ways you can purchase essential oils. You can pay a $35 wholesale membership fee. It works like a Costco card. And then everything that you purchase for the next year is at that wholesale price. You get a 25% discount when you have a membership. And then when you want to renew it, so at the end of the year, if you decide to renew it, it's $25 to renew it, and you get a free bottle of peppermint. So every year when I renew, it's $25 and I get free peppermint, which is kind of fun. And then the other thing that you can do, which actually works the best for most people, is to be able to choose an enrollment or a starter kit that works for you. So these enrollment kits, there's about 5 different ones you can choose from, all sorts of different price ranges. But basically when you're choosing a kit to get started with, your membership fee is completely waived. So that $35 fee completely goes away, and you're able to get a group of oils and products that can help you and bless your life. And so we have lots of different kits from every price range, kits that have the supplements and diffusers, kits that have natural like cleaning products, hair care, skin care, and then kits that are specifically designed for mood and emotion. So in addition to the actual enrollment starter kits, we have what we call loyalty rewards kits, or just different collections that you can purchase. So this is the emotional aromatherapy system. This is all 6 aromatherapy oils that you can use specifically for emotions, right? So when we're talking about inspiring people, passion is one of my favorites. So when you're feeling lethargic, like you don't want to chase your dreams and your goals, being able to use that passion oil can really just bring that passion for life back into your life. If you are feeling angry and frustrated and irritated, that peace, that reassuring peace blend is so, so powerful. If you're feeling discouraged, that cheer, you can just grab those essential oils. And really, this is the mental health wellness kit, right? It's a blessing to you to be able to use these essential oils topically, aromatically, and to be able to use them just on a regular basis. And then also we have the touch kit, right? Which is the aromatherapy system. in 10 milliliter roll-ons. It's a little bit cheaper because there's fractionated coconut oil in these as well. So they're bigger, they're 10 milliliter, but they're specifically designed for topical applications. So these, obviously, you wouldn't put in a diffuser because they're in a roller bottle, but this is something you could throw in your purse and take with you as you're headed to work or to wherever you go throughout your day, or to grab them and be able to roll them on your children. These are the ones I use with my kids the most because they're in a roller bottle, so it's super, super easy to just hand that roller to my kids, even my little kids, and they can use them. Last but not least, I wanted to mention the loyalty rewards program because this is doTERRA's loyalty program. It's totally free to be able to participate in it. And basically, everything that you order, you're allowed to get points back on the things that you're ordering. And so if I have an order that's over 50 PV, then I am earning anywhere from 10 to 30% back on everything that I ordered. Now, if I'm brand new in doTERRA, when you start out at 10% back. But over time, if you've been with them for over a year, then that jumps up to 30%. So if I order $100 worth of skincare, hair care, laundry detergent, cleaners, deodorants, whatever it is that I have that's a doTERRA product that I want, I get $30 worth of whatever oils or products that I want for free, which is just really, really huge to me. So I have loved the loyalty rewards program. Okay, so the thing that I want to talk to you is really honestly, like, what comes next for you guys, right? Because you know a little bit about essential oils. Maybe you've watched an intro class. You've learned a little bit about mood management. What is kind of your next step? And there's really kind of two steps that you can take. One is you can request a sample on my website. So if you go to my website, it's heathergrantwellness.com. You can actually request a free essential oil sample, and I will reach out to you. I will give you, I'll send you an email, and then we'll set up a time where we can visit just very, very briefly, 5 to 10 minutes. And I really take the opportunity in that call to just get to know you. What you're dealing with, what your family's dealing with, health concerns that you have, wellness goals that you have. And then I usually send out 2 to 3 samples to you specific to whatever it is you're dealing with, right? When you tell me what health concerns you have or mental illness things that you're dealing with, then I know and we can talk about what essential oils are going to best meet your needs and your family's needs. And I send you several things to be able to try. I do that out of my own pocket. And I will tell you, just in all honesty and truthfulness, I get about 20 sample requests a week. And out of those 20 sample requests, I probably only send out 2 or 3 samples out of the 20 requests that I get, because what ends up happening is people don't get back with me. They say, I want a free sample, I want a free sample, and then I never hear from them again. I email them or I call them, I leave a voice message, and I don't ever hear from them. They're just somebody that's looking for a freebie. So if you're somebody you're just looking for a freebie, don't waste my time. Don't request a sample. I only want to talk to people who are really interested in learning more about essential oils and purchasing them and learning about the power of them and what they can do to bless your life and your family's life. If you're that person where you really do want to learn about essential oils, you want to know if they work, you want to try them before you buy them, then please, please request a sample. And when I email you, like, respond to me. When I call you, call me back, or give me a call, leave me a message, send me a text message. Find a way to connect with me, because I love talking to people. Honestly, I felt like this is a job for me. I get paid when I share essential oils with others and they sign up and they get their own wholesale account. I make a commission off of that when people buy product. But I felt like, for me personally, this is so much more than a job. It really, to me, is a passion, which is why I talk really, really fast. It's a calling to be able to, and a privilege. I feel like it's a real privilege to be able to share just what I've learned. These essential oils have totally blessed my life spiritually, physically, emotionally. They blessed my family, and I want to be able to share that with others. I want to be able to teach other people and give back what has been given to me. So I have such gratitude for the person that shared essential oils with me, and for me to be able to share with others is just it's the highlight of what I do. I love it. And when I talk to somebody after they've bought essential oils and I see where they're at and the things that are changing in their life, and just their ability to be empowered and be able to take care of their family with these natural solutions and have that knowledge, that know how to do it. It's very, very rewarding for me, and I love it. And so if you haven't requested a free sample already, please do that. If you've already requested a free sample, if you've learned about these essential oils, then get your own account, right? That's the second thing. That's the thing that I would encourage you to do, is reach out to me. I am more than willing to set up and help you set up your own wholesale account. And what ends up happening is you get your own doTERRA account, you get your own VIP membership account number, and then you can get onto doTERRA's website and order anything that you want, anytime that you want, at that wholesale price. Now, there's no obligation to purchase a certain amount or anything like that. It just allows you to have your own account so you can get on and purchase what you want when you want it, and be able to use these natural solutions for your family and in your life. So you guys, That's my challenge for you today. Don't just watch this and shut it off. Request a sample, learn about essential oils, go to my Facebook page, spend some time on Heather Grant Wellness, YouTube, in my YouTube channel. You guys, there's hundreds and hundreds of helpful videos that are going to teach you the things that you're wanting to know. If you want to learn about digestion and sleep and weight loss and cooking and cleaning and all of these things with essential oils, how to take care of your family in a natural way, you can do that on my channel, on my Facebook page. It's there. The information is there. So please go take advantage of it. It's there. It's free. And I'm excited to share this with you. I'm excited for you guys to begin your essential oil journey. So reach out to me and let's talk. Everyone have an awesome day. Thanks so much for watching and for taking time to reach out to me. Bye, guys.